And moving on, the final talk for today's session is by Dr. Srivalsa Kolatayar, Secretary, IGS Surathkal Chapter.
Yeah, very good afternoon to all of you. I will be very quick, so as we are running out of time. So I will be skipping some of my slides and I will directly go to our work on jute geocells. So already Professor Madhavi has highlighted the importance of sustainable development goals and their connections with the jute. So actually this is a case from Kerala, Kavalappara landslide now, where actually 80 to 90 houses were buried under the mud, and due to this vegetation cover actually 7 to 8 houses were saved in fact. So that reinforced the efficiency of natural tree roots for soil reinforcement. So it can be used in the form of fibers and even natural planar grids. Actually, during my childhood, we used to use arakka leaf sheath and coconut leaves to cover the leakage of the tiled roof. It will run for a year. Actually, getting inspiration from that, actually I have tried to make planar grid from arakka leaf sheath, and also we have attempted to make geocells from that. So we have patented that, and it has given very excellent performance at par with the HDP geocells. So this is how the arakka geocells look like. So we have published a couple of papers and published 2 patents also. So we have made similar attempt with the Kayar, jute and sisal also. So I will directly go to the results. So we have performed the model footing test, and here you can see the performance of natural based geocells are at par with the HDP geocells, be it Kayar, sisal or arakka. With the jute, actually in 2016, some of my BTech students, they could not even get the actual jute geotextile. Some jute mat they brought and they have stitched in the form of geocells and performed the tensile strength test, even model footing test. And the results you can see here, you can see that there is improvement compared to the unreinforced soil, but it is not that. Then actually, this is how the settlement deformation looks like. So this was done with a normal jute, not a standard geotextile. So BTech students have done, and even it was published also later. Then one of my other students, Surya, they have actually collected the actual standard geotextile, then stitched and then carried out the tensile material strength testing and again model footing test. So we have seen that excellent improvement in the performance. So it also depends on the material that we are using and also how we are stitching the geocell. So the polymer based HDP geocell, they are getting welded actually, but the sheets, actually here we have hand stitched them. So recently Jute Board has awarded us a project to make a technology to manufacture geocells using machine design approaches. So I will skip these results. So I just want to highlight that there is excellent performance when we use jute geocells for soil reinforcement. So this was also published. So we have even attempted natural geocells for soil retention also. This was also we have published. So excellent observation was that under dry condition the HDP geocells perform better, but under wet condition we have seen that the natural material perform much better than the polymer based geocells. So even we have one landslide model landslide facility at NITK, and we are planning more studies also. Even some of the consultancy projects that we have handled at NITK, we have recommended the natural geotextiles also along with the HDP geocells. So everywhere we have recommended the natural geotextile. So even there is a major project from Indian Naval Academy where about 10,000 of acres. Now we have recommended to use either Kayar or jute, because in Kerala actually Kayar is easily available. So with this I will stop with a small concluding remarks that ecosystem based disaster risk reduction is the future for sustainable development. Thank you.
Thank you Srivalsa for this quick session. Now I request Chair Shri Mahesh Karamat to present a memento to Dr. Srivalsa Kolatayar.